You all are very welcome to the chemistry path. So today our topic is stereochemistry. Remember guys, stereochemistry questions, previous questions in advanced point of view from 2010 to 2019 questions. So those questions are explained with the theory. Before going to the stereochemistry, so questions may be asked like this. Which of the following is a meso? When you have the three different type of structures, what is the relation between the first one and second one? That may be the enantiomers, they may be the identical, they may be the diastereomers. What is the relation between the first one and third one? So in which of the following compound center of symmetry is present? In which of the following compound plane of symmetry is present? How many number of chiral centers are present? And more importantly, so number of stereoisomers calculations. So those kind of questions he may ask in the advanced point of view. So already previous questions is also like this. So we need some theory, we need some conversions before going to discuss the previous questions. How can you convert the Neumann projection into the Sahor's? How can you convert the Fisher into the Sahor's, Sahor's into the Fisher, Neumann into the Fisher? So those kind of conversions are very important. Okay guys, so let's see with examples. CH3 HNO2 HOH. You know that. So which is nothing but a Fisher projection formula. So this Fisher projection formula, how can you convert into the Sahor's formula? You have the two different type of configurations in Sahor's. One is the eclipsed and second one is the staggered. So first, the given Fisher projection formula, first you should convert into the eclipsed conformation. First you should convert into the eclipsed conformation. Remember guys, so Fisher to Sahor's. In Sahor's, you know that the backbone carbon chain which may be indicates with the vertical line. So in Fisher projection formula, this may be the front carbon and this may be the backside carbon. In the same way, the vertical line, this may be the front carbon, this may be the backside carbon. Okay guys, so from Fisher to Sahor's, so nothing but so indicates with the vertical line. First you should write the eclipsed conformation. In eclipsed conformation, the groups present on the vertical line CH3, so both are parallel to each other like this. Both are parallel to each other, which is nothing but front carbon, which is nothing but so backside carbon. So both are parallel to each other. So CH3 like this, CH3. So remaining groups may have the same configuration. You just write the same configuration. So on the backside carbon, NO2 present right side. So the same way you will just write the NO2 on right side, NO2. H is present on left side, so hydrogen is present on left side. Same configuration, you will just write with the same configuration. On the front carbon, OH is present right side. Look at this, OH is present right side. H is present left side. In eclipsed conformation, all the groups are parallel. For example, when I take the NO2, so this NO2 and this OH both are parallel. This CH3 and this CH3 both are parallel. These two hydrogen atoms are parallel. So which is the eclipsed conformation? How can we get the staggered conformation? Remember guys, I tell you again. So first Fisher may be converts into the eclipsed conformation. After getting the eclipsed conformation, you will just convert this eclipsed into the staggered. When you are doing the even number of changes, you will get the same configuration. When you are doing the odd number of changes in your stereochemistry, so the molecule may attains the different configuration. So for the staggered conformation, so either backside carbon or front side carbon, so only anyone can change 180 degrees. So you will just do the only one change. So I'll just change the front side carbon, rotate the front side carbon for about 180 degrees. You will get the staggered conformation. What is the staggered one? When you rotate the CH3 molecule for about 180 degrees, the CH3 may be occupied the position of the hydrogen. The CH3 may be occupied the position of hydrogen. So that means CH3 present like this. At the same time, the hydrogen may be rotates 180 degrees. Hydrogen may be occupied the position of the CH3. So that means hydrogen is like this. At the same time, the OH may be rotates for about 180 degrees. OH occupies this position. So that means OH is like this. The remaining backside carbon configuration is same. There is no change. NO2, H, CH3. Simple guys. This is the staggered conformation. This is the staggered conformation. So Fischer projection may be converts into the eclipsed conformation as well as the staggered conformation in Sahor's formula. So Fischer to Sahor's. When you have the Sahor's, how can you convert into the Fischer projection? Fischer conversion is more important. When you have the Sahor's, you'll just convert into the Fischer. Then only you can find the any questions. You can do the any questions in advanced point of view. So Sahor's to Fischer, which is a more important one. So when I take another example, COOH, HOH. So again, which is nothing but Fischer. How to convert into the Sahor's? First you should write the Fischer projection into the eclipsed conformation of the Sahor's. So you know that in Sahor's, the carbon backbone which is indicates with the vertical line, the two groups present on the vertical line, they may be the parallel to each other. So COOH, which is nothing but eclipsed conformation. Why? Because two COOH groups are parallel to each other. The groups present on the vertical line, groups present on the backbone, so they may be parallel to each other. So remaining groups may have the same configuration. OH is present right side, OH, and hydrogen is present on left side. So again OH is present right side, H is present on left side. So which is nothing but eclipsed conformation. You will just change the only one atom configuration for about 180 degrees. I'll just rotate this atom for about 180 degrees. When you are doing only one change, odd number of changes, configuration may be changes. When you are doing even number of changes, there is no change in configuration. I'll just do only one change, odd number of changes. So this OH may be attains the position exactly 180 degrees. So the backside carbon may have the same configuration. There is no change in the backside carbon. But on front side carbon, the OH minus. So after rotating 180 degrees, OH may be like this. COOH occupies the position of the hydrogen. That means COOH may be occupies this position. And hydrogen, after rotating the 180 degrees, hydrogen may occupies the position of the COOH like this. So which is the staggered conformation. Simple one guys. So Fischer to Sahor's configuration. So simple conversion. And next one. So how can you convert the Sahor's into the Fischer, which is a more important one. So when I take this molecule like this, H, CH3, Br, H, CH3. So which is nothing but Sahor's. First you should find whether this one is a eclipsed conformation or staggered conformation. That is the most important one. Remember guys, so these CH3 and Br, so CH3 and CH3, so both are parallel to each other. Your backbone is like this, CH3, CH, so CH3. So both these CH3 groups are parallel to each other. That means which is eclipsed conformer. Eclipsed conformer. So when the structure is in staggered conformer, first you should convert the staggered conformer into the eclipsed conformer. Okay, so this given molecule is in eclipsed conformation, no problem. So eclipsed conformation that may be converts into the Fisher projection. In Fisher projection, groups may be present on vertical lines and on horizontal lines. So Fisher projection is like this. Vertical lines indicates with the vertical lines as well as the horizontal lines. Okay. So the two CH3 groups. So this CH3 is present below the plane, which is nothing but front carbon, which is nothing but backside carbon. So on the front carbon, on the vertical line, you have the two CH3 groups. So our backbone is like this. Eclipsed conformation. So the backbone is like this. So that means the group which is present on this line, which may be present on the vertical line CH3. Again CH3 present below the plane. So on backside carbon, right side you have the hydrogen, left side you just have the bromine. So on the front carbon, right side bromine, left side hydrogen. Simple conversion, guys. Simple conversion. Okay. Take another example. Look at this one. We'll just simply, which is a staggered conformation. How can you tell me which is a staggered conformation? So when you have the CHO group, which is your backbone, CHO, C, C and Cl. So this may be compound like this. That means groups are present on opposite. They are not parallel to each other. Here the H and CH2OH both are opposite to each other. So they are not in parallel position. Parallel means like this. So that means which is a staggered conformation. Which is a staggered conformation. First you should convert the staggered conformation into the eclipsed conformation. So by doing only one change. So I'll just rotate this front carbon for about 180 degrees. 180 degrees. I'll get the eclipsed conformation. On the backside carbon, the configuration is the same, Br, CHO, H. Configuration is the same. But on the front side carbon, after rotating 180 degrees, the Cl maybe occupies the position of the hydrogen. That means Cl may be placed here. Hydrogen maybe occupies the position of Cl. And CH2OH, after rotating 180 degrees, it may occupies the position here, CH2OH. Look at this, guys. Here the CHO and CH2OH both are parallel to each other. Then you can easily convert this one into the Fisher projection. Fisher projection which may be indicates with the vertical lines and horizontal lines. Okay. So below the plane you have the CH2OH. So CHO present. So above on the vertical line, top of the vertical line. Same configuration. Br present right side. Hydrogen is present left side. Again, Cl may be present right side. Hydrogen may be present left side. So simple conversion. So Sawhorse to Fisher. Fisher to Sawhorse. Simple conversion, guys. And next one. Next one. PH, OH, Br, NH2 Cl CH3. You know that which is a Newman projection formula. So how can we convert the Newman projection into the Fisher projection? For the Fisher projection formula, whether it is in Newman projection or in a Sahor's formula, you must convert into the eclipsed conformer. You must convert into the eclipsed conformation, which is in staggered. Why? Because all the groups may be separated by the 60 degrees, which is a staggered. So first you should convert the staggered conformation into the eclipsed conformation by rotating 180 degrees. By rotating 180 degrees. Simple one. When you are rotating the 180 degrees, after rotating the 180 degrees, this molecule may be on rotation for about 180 degrees. So maybe this one is the front side carbon. On back side carbon you have NH2 group, Cl and CH3. So okay, I'll just rotate the front side carbon for about 180 degrees. So the pH may be nearer to the CH3 after rotating 180 degrees, 60, 60, 60, 180 degrees. So this OH may be nearer to the NH2. The Cl may be, Br may be nearer to the Cl. So on back side carbon, you have NH2 group, right side Cl, so below the plane CH3. After rotating the 180 degrees, maybe groups like this. This pH may be nearer to the CH3, pH here. So and Br is nearer to the Cl, here the Br. OH is nearer to the NH2, here the OH. So which is the eclipsed conformation. So first, in any conversion you should convert the staggered conformation into the eclipsed conformation. That is the most important one. So staggered to eclipsed. Okay, is it clear? Next after that, simple one. So Fisher projection that may be indicates with the vertical lines as well as the horizontal lines. Okay. So on the back side carbon you have this is the front carbon. Which is the front carbon? Which is the back side carbon. So front carbon, which is nothing but pH. pH right side Br is there. You will just write the same configuration. You don't change anything. So on the vertical line you have the pH. So here which is the front carbon. On the back side carbon NH2, Cl and CH3 is present. So front side carbon on the vertical line pH is there. Back side carbon on the vertical line you have CH3. So front carbon. So right side Br is present. So this is the Br. So front carbon, left side OH is present. OH. Again the same way. On the vertical line, on back side carbon you have the CH3. I'll just write the CH3. Right side Cl is present. Left side NH2 is present. So this is the configuration. This is the correct configuration. So Newman projection converts into the Fisher projection. Okay guys. So with these conversions you can find the enantiomers, diastereomers identical. So meso compound. Okay, we'll just discuss the previous questions. Conversions are important. Previous year 2014 advanced bit, 2014. Which of the given statements about N, O, P and Q with respect to M are correct? So he may given the structures like this: hydrogen, OH, Cl, hydrogen, OH, CH3. So nothing but M. Next one, hydrogen, OH, CH3, OH, H Cl, that may be the N, so Mn. Next one, Cl OH H OH H CH3, that may be the O. Next structure may be like this, which is the Newman projection formula structure. So Newman projection formula structure is like this: CH3 H OH Cl H. So this one may be the P. So CH3 OH H Cl H OH. So this one may be the Q. So M and N are non-mirror images and stereoisomers. M and Q are identical. M and P are enantiomers. M and Q are identical. So total overall five structures: M, N, O, P, Q. What is the relation with M? What is the relation N and M? What is the relation O and M? What is the relation P and M? What is the relation Q and M? So that is our question. So what about the structures? First you should convert into the Fisher projection formula, which is a Sawhorse formula. So Sawhorse formula, first you should convert into the Fisher projection formula. When you take this structure, okay, I'll just convert into the Sawhorse formula. So which is a eclipsed conformation or staggered conformation? Eclipsed or staggered. So Cl and CH3 both are parallel to each other. So which is nothing but a eclipsed conformation. We'll just write the molecule M like this. Indicates with the horizontal and vertical lines. So on the front side carbon, on vertical line you have the CH3 group. On back side carbon, so Cl, the Cl may be just placed on vertical line. So same configuration. H is present right side, OH is present left side. So H is present right side, OH is present left side. Okay guys. So this is the structure of M. This is the structure of M. Okay. So how can I convert the N? Again, which is nothing but eclipsed conformation. So maybe like this. The CH3, so structure is like this. Why it is a eclipsed conformation? The CH3 is like this, Cl is like this. So on the vertical line, you have the two groups like this, which is the backbone of the eclipsed conformation. So which is the eclipsed conformation. So how can you convert into the Fisher? You'll just write the vertical and horizontal line. On the front side carbon, on vertical line you have the Cl group. On the back side carbon, on vertical line you have the CH3. Same configuration, right side hydrogen, left side OH group. So on front carbon, OH is present right side, H is present left side. Okay guys, which is a nothing but N. Next one. What about O? Whether it is a eclipsed conformation or staggered conformation. Which is a staggered conformation? How can you say which is a staggered conformation? So the backbone is like this. Cl is present opposite to the CH3. Backbone is like this. Cl, CH3. you must identify that whether it is a eclipsed or staggered. So OH, H, OH, H. So which is a staggered conformation. First you should convert the staggered conformation into the eclipsed conformation. That is the most important one. That is the most important one. So I'll just change this configuration by rotating 180 degrees. So CH3 maybe occupies the position of the OH, OH maybe occupies the position of the CH3, and H maybe occupies the position here. So what happened? Cl, H occupies the position like this, OH, CH3, same configuration OH, H. Okay guys, okay, on the vertical line you have the two OH groups, OH, OH. So right side you have the Cl, left side hydrogen. Here the right side CH3, left side is H. It just simply converts into the, so sawhorse into the fisher, sawhorse into the fisher. And next one, so which is nothing but Newman projection formula, also in staggered form. It just converts into the eclipsed conformation by rotating 180 degrees, On the back side carbon you have the Cl, left side hydrogen, right side OH. Front side carbon, by rotating with the 180 degrees, CH3 is nearer to the Cl, CH3 is nearer to Cl, and OH is nearer to OH, hydrogen is nearer to hydrogen. It may converts into the Fisher projection formula, indicates with the vertical line and horizontal lines. So on the front side carbon you have the CH3, back side carbon on vertical line you have the Cl, front side carbon right side OH is present, left side hydrogen, and back side carbon OH is present right side, left side hydrogen is present. Okay guys, next one, Q. What about Q? Again it may converts into the Fisher projection formula. So by rotating 180 degrees, first staggered is converts into the eclipse like this. On back side carbon you have the Cl, left hand side OH, and right side hydrogen. By rotating 180 degrees, CH3 is nearer to the Cl, CH3 is nearer to Cl, and OH is nearer to the hydrogen. This hydrogen is nearer to the OH. So just write the Fisher projection formula. So on front side carbon CH3 on vertical line, and back side carbon on vertical line Cl, right side and front side carbon OH, hydrogen. At the same time, so OH is present left side, hydrogen is present right side, which is a Q, which is a P. So these are the conversions, M, N, O, P, Q. Then you will find the relation. How can you find the relation? By RS configuration. So we'll just name these compounds. So 2R, 1R, 1S, 2R like this. So RS configuration, R indicates rectus, S indicates sinister. So we have the simple notations. First you should give the numbering to the according to the priority. So based on the atomic numbers. When you have the least priority group is present on vertical line, least priority group is present on vertical line, the remaining 3 groups are clockwise, which is the R configuration. For example, I'll just take the hydrogen as the least priority group. So priority number is based on the atomic numbers, not on mass, only based on atomic numbers. When I take the oxygen and nitrogen, oxygen is 8, nitrogen is a 7. Oxygen have the more priority. So least priority group present on vertical line, remaining 3 groups are clockwise, which is R configuration. When you have the least priority group present on vertical line, the remaining 3 groups are anti-clockwise, which is the S configuration. S configuration. At the same time, if the least priority group is present on horizontal line and the remaining 3 groups are clockwise, which is the S configuration. When least priority group is present on horizontal line, the remaining groups are anti-clockwise, which is the R configuration. So 4 rotations. Least priority group is present on vertical line, remaining 3 groups are clockwise, which is R, anti-clockwise, which is S. When you have the least priority group present on horizontal line, so remaining 3 groups are clockwise, S, anti-clockwise, which is R. With this, we just give the names for this molecule. So this one may be the first one, this one may be the second one. On the first carbon, you have the Cl, O, oxygen is bonded with the hydrogen. You will just see only oxygen. Carbon is bonded with oxygen. On the right side, carbon is bonded with the hydrogen. So priority, more priority according to the atomic number, this one may the first one. And carbon is bonded with oxygen left side, carbon is bonded with the hydrogen on right side. Carbon is bonded with the carbon below the plane. So you should go for this one, second priority group. And next third priority group. So this carbon may have the oxygen, hydrogen and carbon. This must be the third priority. And least priority group may be the hydrogen. Look at this one, 1, 2, 3. So when you see from the least priority group, which is present on horizontal line, the remaining 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, that may be present on, so that may be anti-clockwise direction, maybe like this. When the groups are present on, when the least priority group is present on horizontal line, the remaining 3 groups are anti-clockwise direction, which is R configuration. That means which may be the R. So nothing but 1R. On the first carbon you have the configuration R, 1R. Okay guys? And go for second one. This carbon is bonded with the hydrogen right side, left side oxygen, below the plane carbon, above the plane again carbon. So higher priority group is nothing but oxygen. More atomic number is there for oxygen compared with the carbons. Remaining, below the plane this carbon may be bonded with CH3. Above the plane, okay. So when I take this one, so this carbon may be below the plane carbon is bonded with the 3 hydrogen atoms, and above the plane carbon may be bonded with oxygen, hydrogen and chlorine. So you must go for the above the plane carbon. So first priority oxygen, second priority above the plane carbon, third priority below the plane carbon. Right side you have the least priority group, hydrogen is present. So remaining, when you see from the hydrogen, the remaining 3 groups which may be present in clockwise direction, 1, 2, 3, clockwise direction. So when you have the least priority group present on horizontal line and the remaining 3 groups are clockwise, which may be the S configuration, that means which is nothing but 2S configuration. That means for the first carbon you will just have the R configuration, for the second carbon S configuration. So 1R, 2S. The same way you find the configurations of all these molecules. For example, so for the second molecule, so the first priority group is nothing but oxygen, atomic number as per atomic number. Second one, this carbon may be bonded with the carbon, below the plane carbon, right side hydrogen. So above the plane carbon, below the plane carbon, both are same. Then go for the groups present on this carbon. This carbon may be bonded with oxygen, hydrogen and chlorine. This carbon may be bonded with the 3 hydrogen atoms. So second priority goes to this carbon and third priority goes for this carbon. So least priority group is present on horizontal line. The remaining three groups are anti-clockwise direction, which may be the R configuration. And next one. So go for this one. Chlorine have the more priority group, and second one, what happened for the third one? So this may be the third one. Least priority group is present on horizontal line. The remaining three groups, 1, 2, 3, anti-clockwise direction. So again, when you have the anti-clockwise direction, the configuration is the R. So RR. So for the first compound, R, second one is S, and next one RR. That means they are not identical. They may be the diastereomers, but they are the stereoisomers. Why? Because so molecular formula is the same. Both having the same molecular formula. So the way you just find whether they are the identical, whether they are the enantiomers. When you have the configuration is like this, 1R, 2S. Here the 1S, 2R. Then they are the enantiomers. So you'll just find the molecule like this. So you'll just write the configuration for all these molecules and find. So what is the relation between the M and N? What is the relation between M and MO? What is the relation between the M and P? What is the relation between the M and Q? So that is a 2014 advanced bit. Next one, guys. The correct statement about the compound. 2009 advanced bit. CH3 CHOH CH double bond CH CHOH CH3. So which may be the X? The total number of stereoisomers possible for X is 6. Second option. The total number of diastereomers possible for X is 3. It is a stereochemistry. So about the double bond in X is in trans. The number of enantiomer possible for X is 4 when it is in trans. If the stereochemistry about the double bond in X is cis, the number of enantiomers possible for X is 2. So that means the structure is in cis configuration. So total number of enantiomers are possible for 2. X is 2 and okay guys? Okay. Go for this one. So first of all, how many number of stereoisomers are possible for this molecule? When you have the n number of chiral centers, when you have the n number of stereo centers, the total number of stereoisomers equal to 2 power n. Okay. So this one may be the chiral center. Why? Because this carbon may be bonded with the hydrogen CH3OH. Right side is a different group which may be the chiral. Again the right side carbon is also chiral. And for the double bond, we'll just get the two isomers. One is a cis, second one is a trans. Okay. So total number of stereo centers may be 3. Total number of stereo centers may be 3. That means 2 cube, 2 into 2 into 2. Total number of isomers are 6. Total number of isomers are 6. So for more information, so no problem, total number of isomers are 6. That means first option may be correct. Total number of stereoisomers possible for X is 6. So first option correct. What about the remaining options? When it is in cis configuration, how many number of stereoisomers are possible? When it is in trans configuration, how many number of isomers are possible? What about the remaining? We'll just write the configuration like this. For example, when it is in R configuration, so geometrical isomerism which may be in cis, and the extreme right stereo center that may be in S configuration, R cis S. Again the same way, when it is in R configuration, so which is in cis configuration, which is again R configuration, 2. Again, when it is in the S configuration, so which is in cis configuration, which is in R configuration. So this may be in the R configuration. So middle one is a trans configuration. So cis, R, trans, R, R, trans, R. Okay guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next one, maybe, which may be in a cis configuration, trans configuration, R configuration. So total number of 6. R configuration, cis geometrical isomerism, again S configuration. R configuration, cis geometrical isomerism, again R configuration. So which may be in S configuration, cis geometrical isomerism, R configuration. So RTS, RTR, STR. So all are different. Now, if the stereochemistry about the double bond X is in cis configuration, the enantiomers are possible for X is 2. When it is in cis configuration, so these are the cis configuration, and 2 pairs of it, that means 2 enantiomers are possible. When it is in cis configuration, so image to the R is nothing but S, which is a 1 enantiomer. When it is again in cis configuration, again S image is nothing but R. So that means 4th option is also correct. So if the stereochemistry about the double bond in X is cis, the number of enantiomers possible for X is 2. When it is in cis, the enantiomers is 2. When it is in trans, option C, when it is in trans, the number of enantiomers possible for X is 4, which is wrong. When it is in trans, R is image is S, S is image is nothing but R. Only again 2 enantiomers are possible. So C option is wrong. The total number of diastereomers possible for X is 3, which is also wrong. Again 2. Next one guys. Next question. So 2015 advanced bit integer question. He may given the structure like this. Which is nothing but M. The total number of stereoisomers that can exist for M is. The total number of stereoisomers that can exist for M is. First you should find the chiral centers. So 4 different groups may be attached to the carbon, which is nothing but chiral. So when I take this one, so this may be bonded with the CH3. Right side C double bond O. Left side may be CH2. So above the plane may be carbon. So this should be the chiral center. And again, this bridged head is also chiral center. Maybe this bridged head is also chiral center. So maybe this carbon may be bonded with the carbon. Right side CH2. So after CH2, next to C double bond O is present. Left side CH2. Again CH2 is bonded with the CH2. That means which is a different group. When you are going from left side. When you are going from right side, CH2, and next carbon is C double bond O. So this carbon may be bonded with the 4 different groups. Again this may be bonded with the 1 hydrogen. So this may be the chiral center. Okay. So when you have the two chiral centers, the total number of stereoisomers are 2 power n. That is nothing but 2 power 2. That is nothing but 4. But which is wrong. Why? Because which is a bridged molecule. The chiral center which is present on bridge. That means there may be the sterically hindered molecule, and a restricted rotation is there. Molecule does not easily rotate. Why? Because which is a bridged head. When the molecule rotates like this, the bond should be broken. Hence, So which is a bridged molecule, so we'll just only have the 2 isomers. So 4 is a wrong option, so only 2. Why? Because so there is no free rotation is available for this molecule. Next one. The total number of stable conformers with non-zero dipole momentum for the following compound, which is also 2014 advanced bit. 2014 advanced bit. So molecule may be like this: Cl, CH3, so Br, CH3, Br, Cl. The total number of stable conformers with non-zero dipole momentum for the following compound. So the total number of non-zero dipole momentum compounds. How many number of non-zero dipole momentum compounds are there? For this molecule, this Fischer projection molecule, you will just convert into the Newman projection formula. Newman projection formula. Newman projection formula is like this. So this is your front carbon, this is your back side carbon. Okay guys, first you should write the eclipsed conformation. Eclipsed conformation may be like this. On the front side carbon, so on the vertical line you have the CH3 group, that means so which is nothing but CH3. So on front side carbon, on right side you have the Cl just right here. Left side Br is there, Br. Again on back side carbon, on vertical line you have the Cl group, so which is nearer to the CH3. Why? Because which is the eclipsed conformation. On right side, on back side carbon, on right side you have the CH3 group. Left side you have the Br. So eclipsed conformation. You will just rotate the molecule, eclipsed conformation, into the staggered conformation by rotating 60 degrees. You will get the different conformers. Different conformers. So maybe after rotating so 60 degrees, molecule may be like this. After rotating 60 degrees, so CH3, Br, Cl. So front side carbon, which may be the constant, it may not rotates. Back side carbon, after rotating 60 degrees, the Cl may be attains the position here, Cl. So this Br may be occupies the position like here, Br. Again the Cl may be, the CH3 may be rotates to here, CH3. Here in this molecule, dipole momentum mu is not equal to 0. Why? Because when dipole momentum is 0, if the same kind of groups present in opposite direction, the momentum of electrons cancel to each other, then only dipole momentum mu equal to 0. But in this condition, so Br, so which is in 60 degrees, that means they are parallel to each other. Only 2 Cl groups are opposite to each other. So maybe the Cl momentum both are cancelled to each other, but these 2 CH3 momentums both are, so the 2 Cl momentum both are cancelled to each other, but CH3 momentum both are parallel to each other. Hence mu is not equal to 0. When you rotate the molecule for about 60 degrees, so you will just get the eclipsed conformation. For eclipsed conformation there is no dipole momentum. So that's why I'll just rotate the molecule for about another 60 degrees. You will get the configuration like this. So in this molecule also 2 Br groups are opposite to each other, but 2 Cl groups are parallel and 2 CH3 groups are parallel. Here also mu is not equal to 0. So that means, so first one, second one, these two having the, so 0 does not equal to 0 dipole momentum. And next one, again this may be converts into the, rotates into the 60 degrees, another 60 degrees, again you will get the eclipsed conformation, which is unstable. You don't have the dipole momentum. When you rotate the molecule for about another 60 degrees, that means for about 120 degrees, what happened here? So this Br maybe occupies the position of CH3. The CH3 maybe occupies the position of Cl. Cl maybe occupies the position of Br. So molecule may be like this. Molecule may be like this. So CH3 and Br, here the Cl is there. So Br occupies the position of CH3. So here the Br, and again, so CH3 maybe occupies the position of the Cl. Here the CH3. Again, so Cl may be, next one. So Cl may be occupies the position of Br. So here the Cl. Look at this one. Again, in this molecule, two CH3 groups are opposite to each other, but two bromine atoms, two chlorine atoms, both are parallel to each other. Hence, dipole momentum mu is not equal to 0, which is mu is not equal to 0. The total number of dipole momentum not equal to 0 molecules are 3. So that is the answer. That is the answer. Okay, guys. And next one. Next one. Some more examples in previous advanced. So methyl OH H hydrogen OH methyl. Hydrogen OH, so methyl OH H. OH H H methyl OH. Okay, which are the following compounds are meso? Which are the following compounds are meso? So, to find the meso compound, you will just rotate the Newman projection formula. Newman projection formula into 180 degrees. When you rotate this molecule for about 180 degrees, so two methyl groups are very nearer to each other and two OH groups are nearer to each other, two hydrogen atoms are nearer to each other. When you rotate the molecule for about 180 degrees, the same kind of groups are nearer to each other. All the same kind of groups are nearer to each other. Then it should be the meso. That means first one is the meso. When you rotate this molecule, two methyl groups are nearer to each other, two OH groups are nearer to each other, two hydrogen atoms are nearer to each other. So first one should be the meso compound. When you take this one, when you rotate this molecule for about 180 degrees, so two methyl groups are nearer to each other, hydrogen and OH nearer to each other, OH and hydrogen both are nearer to each other. So that means these two groups are opposite when you rotate for about 180 degrees. So which is not meso. Again, when you take this molecule, third one. So when you rotate this molecule for about 60 degrees, the two OH groups are nearer to each other, the two methyl groups are nearer to each other, and the two hydrogen atoms are nearer to each other. That means which is a meso compound. So in Newman projection formula, so when the groups are rotated by the 180 degrees or 120 degrees or 60 degrees, if the groups are nearer to each other, the same kind of groups are nearer to each other, so that may be the meso compound. So first one and third one both are meso. Next one, next important one. Another important advanced question, previous advanced question. Fluorine, hydrogen, methyl, hydrogen, bromine, fluorine, CH3 methyl, hydrogen, CH2 Br. So what is the relation between these two? Whether they are enantiomers or diastereomers, whether they are identical or just isomers, what is the relation between these two? So I will directly give the RS configuration to this molecule, which is the Dashwedge formula. In the Dashwedge formula, if least priority group is present on broken wedge, the remaining three groups are clockwise, which is the R configuration. If the remaining groups are present anti-clockwise, which is the S configuration. If the least priority group is present on solid wedge, which is the broken wedge, which is a solid wedge, and the remaining groups are clockwise, which is the S configuration, remaining groups are anti-clockwise, which is the R configuration. If the least priority group is present on solid lines, then by doing the even number of changes, you will just change the atoms from line to wedge, or line to broken wedge, or onto the solid wedge. Okay, here the first priority of fluorine, second priority this carbon. Why? Because this carbon is bonded with the 2 hydrogen and 1 bromine. In this condition, this carbon is bonded with the 3 hydrogen atoms. So 1, 2, 3. Least priority group is present on a line. So you should change the hydrogen position from line to either on a broken wedge or onto the solid wedge by doing even number of changes. So first change may be hydrogen and fluorine. So that means hydrogen indicates with the broken wedge and fluorine maybe indicates with the solid line. And next change may be CH2Br and CH3. So CH3 maybe indicates with the line, and CH2Br which maybe indicates with the solid wedge. So numbers are same. See, this may be the CH2Br. So first priority, second priority, third priority, and fourth priority. So 1, 2, 3 anti-clockwise direction broken wedge, which may be the S configuration. Least priority group is present on broken wedge. So remaining groups are anti-clockwise, which is the S configuration. We'll just change this configuration into the Fischer projection. First you converts into the eclipsed conformation. We'll just rotate the molecule for about 180 degrees. So maybe molecule is like this. Fluorine, after rotating the 180 degrees, so occupies the position here. Fluorine is very nearer to the hydrogen, and again, so this methyl group may be very nearer to the bromine. Again, this hydrogen is nearer to the hydrogen. So this is the eclipsed conformation. After that, we'll just write the Fischer projection formula.